You guys remember the SRT Demon from 2018, right? The limited edition Challenger that made 840 horsepower on race fuel and came with drag racing equipment. Well, 2 Gs. A quarter-mile time of 8.9 seconds at over 150 miles an hour. A 0 to 60 mile an hour time of 1.66 seconds. This is a hell of a way to say goodbye to internal combustion. We'll get to the engine in just a sec, but first, let's talk about how it looks. By now, you know what a Dodge Challenger looks like. The Demon 170 doesn't deviate a whole lot from that. The big thing you'll notice is the giant hood scoop to feed that monster supercharger. Seriously, this thing looks like it will swallow babies whole. But the rest is all pretty low-key. Brembo brake calipers, Demon 170 fender badges, so people pulling up next to you know what they're looking at. The optional lightweight wheels are made from aluminum and carbon fiber with titanium bolts. Inside, it's pretty standard Challenger fare, except it comes from the factory with just 1 seat. Because who needs passengers when you got horsepower? So what's the big deal with the Demon 170? Well, put simply, it's hardware. There are new pistons, new rods, a new crank, new bearings, a new drive shaft. There's a brand new 105mm throttle body, a new 3-liter supercharger, new studs holding the cylinder heads. Important because the engine's cylinder pressure is 2,500 psi, which Dodge estimates to be 25% higher than in the Demon on race fuel and 50% higher than in the Red Eye. All that new stuff and fortification is for withstanding the engine's monstrous 1,000-plus horsepower output. So sure, a Bugatti Chiron can do it too, but that needs 16 cylinders, 4 turbochargers, and some European space magic. This does it with half the amount of cylinders and 1 cowboy-ass supercharger. In fact, it's called the Demon 170 because it literally runs on E85, aka 170 proof alcohol. That stuff's more potent than Bacardi 151. RIP. And here's a fun fact. The engine block and the eye on the fender badges are both yellow. Why? Because the E85 the car runs on comes largely from corn. When running on mere premium gas, though, the Demon 170 still makes a very respectable 880 horsepower and 800 pound-feet of torque. So how much for this absurdity? You ready? $96,666 before destination charges and the gas guzzler fee. So Dodge wants to build 3,000 examples for the US market and 300 for the Canadian market, but with supply chain issues, who knows if it will be able to stick with that number. Honestly though, that's like a not terrible price for what you're getting, provided we manage to duck those pesky dealership markups, of course. It's no secret we're poised at the edge of a new automotive age. Internal combustion engines are falling by the wayside in favor of EVs, but that's not a bad thing. Dodge itself even showed off a concept all-electric muscle car last year, the Charger Daytona SRT. But Dodge also wants to send its existing cars out with a bang. The Demon 170 is this last hurrah, the most gloriously preposterous and cartoonish car it's ever made. You won't see something like this ever again. Buying it will be to take home a piece of history. And what a way to celebrate the end of an era.